I used to be a corporate recruiter, a corporate headhunter for about 20 years, used to make lots of money, had my own business, and I was struggling with all these addictions even while in my own business. And I was always asking myself the question, why does this keep happening? Why do I keep doing this to myself? What's the cause of addiction? And so then I hear people say, well, alcoholism it's in the genes. You were born with it. Raise your hands if you would, if you've heard that, you know, that alcoholism, it's in the genes and you're born with it. Now, I'm not here to make anything right or wrong, because that doesn't make me feel peaceful to be right, you know, and to try to tell you this is the way it is. I don't care what you think, but my way is right. I don't believe, I used to be like that forever. I'm not that way anymore. I have a viewpoint now, but you know, I'm not saying that I'm right. But here's what I'd like to ask us to consider. If a person believes, if we teach our children that they may or may not be born with the alcoholism or drug addiction gene, and if they got it, they're screwed, is that a powerful message for kids? Is it?
Negative.
It's a negative message, so I don't share that message. How many of you heard this one, that if you've been abused as a kid, that's the reason why people get addicted? You ever heard that one? Some people, a lot of us have heard that. So I've been abused as a kid, and yes, I got addicted, but that's not the reason I got addicted, in my opinion, because there are people who've lived lives of abuse way worse than me. And did they all become crack addicts like me? Did they all become addicts? Not everyone, right? How many have heard the saying that, you know, people that grow up in poverty are likely to become addicted? That's a reason why people get addicted, because of poverty. Have you heard that? And I'm not saying all that stuff's wrong. I know all these things have an impact. They all have an influence on what causes someone to maybe turn to addictions. But what I've done with my life is I've chosen to look at my life from a different viewpoint. And that is, how is it possible that maybe I'm the one who had everything to do with me becoming an addict? Not again like it's the truth, but it's empowering. If I can see and take a look at my life and see what are the choices that I made that caused me to become an addict. If I can look at it that way, that's empowering to me, because when I see what the choices are I made to get me there, would it make sense that I could make different choices to get myself out of all these addictions? Does that make sense? Whether I believe in God or not. And listen, I believe in God strongly. But that's not always the most effective message to carry to everybody. Does that make sense? All right? I don't want the subject of God or religion or spirituality to stand in the way of anyone getting free. Especially kids that don't want to hear about it. Some kids do, but a lot of them don't. They want to know, how do I stop doing drugs? How do I stop cutting myself? How do I stop these bad habits? How do I da-da-da-da?